Alrighty, folks, it is Festival of the Lost, which means it is time for spooky masks, a brand new set of armor ornaments, and several spooky emotes and accessories. Now, that is going to be the focus of this. I will, of course, cover everything to do with new Festival of the Lost stuff, just because there is some things that have changed this year, but I'm getting into the fashion and ways to spice up your Guardian. And just for the special occasion, I'm just going to let the screams and tower music roll, because it is spooky, and I love it. Now, starting off with the Hunter, let's see. I'm just going to go start to finish. Oh my goodness. So I'm actually going to check the character-specific stuff at the end, just for the sake of actually checking them all together. But starting off, we have finishers. We have a brand new finisher this year, I believe. Oh my god, it's a drifter finisher. So you just hit the Y button and you flick the coin at him with... Oh, that's a satisfying ding. I might actually pick that up just because of that ding. And from last year, this is the 1-inch punch finisher. This is based off of the Bruce Lee 1-inch punch, and I use it on my Warlock all the time. I don't know why he needs it, but I love just the way that looks. Now, new ornaments this year is the Penguin and Shaded Titan mask. Now, I checked this a little bit on my Titan, just the front page. Now, I thought this might have been Titan specific, but, oh, that's it. Now that I actually look at it, it's a shell-shaded, like, Borderlands-style Titan mask. Oh, that's actually pretty freaking cool. I might run that on things that aren't my Titan. But, of course, we also have the Penguin Surveyor mask. This is new for this year, and it almost looks like a piece of bread. How does my head fit in there? But now, going into new, or going from new to old, the Associates mask is meant to make you look like one of Spider's associates. Which, oh, I didn't even notice this before. You can actually kind of see under there and see like a little Vandal face. That's kind of creepier now that I look to see that. And, of course, the Spider Mask itself. And now, I will tell you, some of these masks are Eververse only, so there will be some masks you can earn naturally by the event, but this is the stuff that's specially for Eververse. Now, let's see, the Spider Mask and the Omnigul Mask, which, I don't know why they call it the Omnigul, they might as well call it the Navoda Mask, now that Navoda is Omnigul. And we have a Jack-o'-lantern mask. Now, this is supposed to make it look like a little acolyte. That is probably one of the cooler looking masks, just because of the glow effects and the radiating smoke. Now, Glitter Ball, this makes you look like the little Glitter Ball ghost ornament. And we have the Colonel Mask, which is probably what people run most of the time, because it's a freaking chicken mask. But these are, of course, ornaments. I believe the usual way it works is there's a piece of armor that actually works like armor that you can just make look like masks. And once this event is over, the armor goes from either 1330 or whatever light you have it at, all the way back down to 0, just so you can't wear masks year-round, unfortunately. Now, going on from masks to new emotes, this is one that's new this year, the Strange Brew. I believe it's a multiplayer emote. Ooh. I might have to buy this just for the sake of my mother, who always calls herself a witch anyways. But, of course, we also have the Gorge Summoner, which... No. I was very confused at what I was doing, but I actually really like that emote. That's pretty freaking... Is this an infinite one, too? Oh, yeah, it seems so. And you just kind of whisk them away. Now, one from last year, you have the Ghastly Dance, which... Oh, excuse me. That made me sneeze. It was so creepy. You just kind of droop about and you make yourself look like a ghastly ghost stuck in chains, but it is not. That is an infinite one. You can end at any time. Now, the Lunar Roar, based off the werewolf set that was for the Hunter last year, the Canis Lupa, that actually, I might pick this one up now that I've actually adapted to the Canis Lupa set. Now, we have the Boo emote. A lot of my friends were wondering where the hell this emote came from, and this is the answer. Festival Lost. This one from last year, it is specifically made for the festival. You have 3 weeks to get it if you want to do this little goose, but if not, you're lost. Now, the Tombstone emote, a lot of people have been using this in trials and PvP. A lot of people said rip to the mountaintop and one-eyed mask because of this, but yeah, a little Tombstone emote. For some reason, that's specific to festival. Now, of course, we have the Prankster Dance. This is the Pennywise dance, where your head stays completely still while you're doing the little dancing clown jig, and still from any angle, and I use this a lot. Now, and of course, the Heroic Guitarist, which seems weird for festival, just because of how boring it is. I could have sworn there was another guitar emote that might already have that elsewhere. Now, into new shells. These are new ones specific for this week. We have the Calavera shell. Now, this one was featured on one of the TWABs as being a brand new design to actually represent Dia de los Muertos, aka the Day of the Dead, which is what Festival Lost is loosely based on, in addition to being just the general Halloween event. And we have the Fettered shell, which... Is this supposed to be a Fairy of the Damned or a Flying Dutchman? Because it's bright glowing green and it says for ghosts who pay for their choices. I imagine this a fairy. I don't know. It's weird to say, but I do like that look. And I think this one's old. Yeah, this one's old. I remember this one. It's a little witch's hat shell, which has got a cute little spider hanging off of it. And we have the Jensen relic. This one is basically a Braytech werewolf ghost, which I will also cover the new weapons that are coming into this next video for those wondering about the Braytech werewolf in the horror story. And then we also have the Chiropterian shell. I suppose it's supposed to be a little bat, but it's hard to pronounce. It's still just jittery cute. I actually like that look anyways because of the little spike out the bottom. That's actually a cool looking ghost. Now we also have the Jack-o'-shell if you want to make your ghost into a floating jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, which is actually quite bright. I wonder, how does this shader? I need to check that. Ooh, that actually shaders. Oh, that looks good. I might actually pick this up. I might change runs. Wait. Oh, it's because it's on something that I don't have. That's why everything's locked. Now, Stonecraft's Amalgam. This is basically a little electric giant. I think it's supposed to be Scorn based. It's just rusted lightning and all that. But keeping going, the one that my friend has been running since it came out, the 9 Alive shell, because it's a little ghost, or a cat ghost. Not a ghost cat, a cat ghost. But that actually makes a little when you bring it up. Now, you also have the Ocular Fortitude ghost shell, which is basically just a giant eyeball. Moving on to Sparrows, we have the Mad Machinery. I suppose... What is this supposed to be based off of? I think this is just supposed to... I really don't know what this is supposed to be based off of. I can't tell if it's supposed to be Risk Runner or Frankenstein or something, but it definitely looks Halloween. But it also looks pretty dang cool. I might pick that up. Now we have the Skitter Scare. If you have any of your friends who are arachnophobic, I recommend picking this up because they will hate you. I might have to pick this up for some things. Manufacturer was ceiling walls adhesive seen in advertisements with simulated devices only approved for ground-based locomotion. We apologize for any confusion. That's hilarious. Now, this is back. Those are the new ones. The ones returning from previous events are the Halted Oblivion. This is the Crystal Broom that also has the Crystal Cat. And from the year before that, we have Broom Swept Night, which is basically just a witch's broom. And the Necro Beast from the same year. This is a little... It gives you a little spooky skeletonized war dog sparrow. Which, honestly, the skull in the end is the whole reason I bought this one. And Winchester's Ruin from one of the original. This is one of the better looking sparrows as well. But the only issue is now, just since every sparrow isn't as fast as always on time, what is the purpose of running some other sparrows? Except for just trying to generate a general spooky look, which this does handle that quite well. Ooh, whoa, I like that. That's very vampiric. But into ships, the Lepidoptera. This is supposed to be a butterfly, I assume? That is not something I expected from this year of Festival Lost. That is a weird one. Huh. But into the past, the Desmodus, which is basically... I think this is supposed to be off, like, the dragons off Venus after being in the vault. I don't know. It's weird to say, because it's not really a bat, but it's not really a dragon, per se. It's hard to say what this is based off of. But also, in the past, we have the Aerial Shroud, which is basically just a little spooky ghost cloak, and the Infected Seeker, which, since this came out, I believe, during War Mines Festival, a lot of people thought we'd be getting Siva in the future, which I don't even know if this is supposed to be a Siva ship, but there's no lore to suggest it. There's no saying on the ship. But, yeah. Now, into other emotes, the just general purple ones, we have Pumpkin Dance, which is that. The Necromance Dance. Whoa. That's that's a weird one. I might have to get that one, definitely. And by candlelight, you pull out a little ghostly lantern and just kind of search around, but that's all that is. And the Peaceful Rest. This is a sitting emote. You just kind of pop a squat and you are sitting amongst the candles and you're being at peace. Now, the Bone Boogie. Oh, God. Yeah, that's more dancing just in general. I believe they use this in the trailer. That's why it's just the Bone Boogie. And Parting. That's letting go of the rose. Yep, there it goes. If you're wondering where that came from, all those salty Crucible matches. And, of course, going all the way back to the Summoning Dance, one used several years in a row that people have been using. The Magnificent Dance, more and more dancing, as well as the Spell of Abolition. But this one's special because this is based off of the Techions and the movement they do during the Last Wish raid. And that is about it. That you're just doing a little Techion motion. At the clap, you have been wiped. Now, there's more general legendary ghost shells, but I'm just gonna and legendary sparrows, but I'm just gonna blast through these because as you can see, them on the visual, and more ships and everything. Which this was all the way back from I think either year 1 or year 2, back when ships were basically just entirely reskinned. Although some of these are original, I think. And more emotes, but of course, just to keep the runtime as smooth as possible, lots of various transmats and projections. Now, the Batwing projection is a new one, which actually, that has some cool sound to it. It's a little bat flap. And we have the reanimated entrance, which, if it would load... Okay, it's not loading. Now, we also have the Looming Moon. But that one's not loading either. As a matter of fact, none of them are loading. Oh, there we go. Soul's not here. Let's blast through it. Aha! So just a quick peek at every emote and transmat effect and sound. And the reanimated. No, there's no sound accompanying that. Now, to get into the whole reason that people want the armor set. Now, last year, well, I say last year, I'd say about 6 months ago, a poll was launched in one of the TWABs asking, what would you want to see for Festival Lost? And the dinosaurs won. So now we have, for hunters, we have the Roboraptor bundle, which honestly, I was going to get the silver to buy all of these instantly just because I freaking love this set. Like, there was nothing that anyone could do to keep me from getting all this stuff. Like, literally nothing on anyone on the planet could keep me from getting this stuff. Now, let's see. How does this all shader? Let's give it a look. Now, let's see. Helmet. Oh, need to switch off an exotic so I can actually see all of it. Now, just a quick peek before we start looking at other things. Let's see. There we go. Robo my raptor up. Now. Bam for the claw. Oop. Whoops. And bam for the cloak. Oh, the cloak is what gives you... Oh, the cloak is what gets you the freaking top jaw. That might actually be way cooler just because of the fact that I don't need... the everything. Oh, hang on. Oh, damn, that looks solid. Hang on. Let me do a little experimenting. Oh, whoa, I like that. But keeping with the theme, of course, we got to be hunter. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's pick some shaders. How's this looking? Let's see. Classic carbon blood. Ooh, that looks good. That looks good. One of the new favorites. Well, it's not terrible. I'm loving this. All right. Now, to check the Warlock for his ornaments. To fix the oopsie, I kind of forgot to go back and look at the other hunter armor. So we have the Canis Luna Hunter. This is basically a werewolf look. You might have seen this on my hunter a lot. I definitely use the boots, I use the gloves, I use the head, and I use the cloak a lot, but never all together, and almost always separate. It's honestly a pretty cool casual armor look for most hunters. I would definitely recommend picking up that set if you like casual. Now, the Skeletal Hunter Bundle, this makes you look like a little wee dreg, a little blue skeletal, a slim look to it as well, but unfortunately you can't change the color of the glow either. Like I said with the Warlocks, it is stuck with a blue glow. And Scaran Corvus, which honestly... the whole set is not great. This is kind of a scarecrow look. it's hard. What is that little bugger down there doing? See that texture bug? Okay, ignoring texture bugs. The helmet and the cloak honestly go together, but then again, the back of the cloak doesn't look too great. It doesn't shader terribly well. I would definitely, if of all the set, the gloves and the helmet are something to probably use on the regular, just because of the color palette. And now to check the pièce de résistance, and that is TRex Titan. Alright, now that I have landed in the tower, I want to remind folks of one other thing as well. There is a new pulse rifle in the game based off of Festival Lost, of course, no dinosaur. This is Jurassic Green, which there are a few rolls that are pretty solid. Hopefully this won't be as pretty meh as past weapons have been. Now this is a solar rapid fire frame pulse rifle, which I believe is technically a re-rendition of another pulse rifle back from year 1, and that is Lincoln Green. Honestly, just because of similar looks with the AK bullpup design, as well as the green in the name, just a little bit updated in Jurassic with the new perk rolls and everything. Now, as well, I do believe Braytech Werewolves and Horror Stories will still be dropping 2 other auto rifles, but of course, I think you have to do some work according to that. Dang, I didn't realize my hunter was already for new festivals out. Now, running to Eververse, let us pick up and look at our new Triceratops Warlock bundle. Oh, I love it. Unfortunately, this time I can't run the helmet without disappearing. But, oh, don't pick it up with Bright Dust. I said we're going to keep it. Oh, crap, I just realized I made a mistake. Well, I'll fix it in post. Now, to check the other, this was last year's the Blood Lineage Warlock, which is basically a Warlock vampire. I loved that helmet for a long time. And the Skeletal Warlock bundle, this makes your Warlock look like a high thrall skeleton with a little red glow. I will warn you, the red glow cannot be changed. It is only the red glow. Now, as well, the Liminal Voyager Warlock bundle, this is back when Festival was a little bit more simple. And time to fix my error that I had just made, and then I will be checking my Titan. Okay, back in the tower, and I'm going to go left to right just to save the best for last. The year 1 set, the Lustrous Chromite Titan bundle. This one honestly didn't look too terrible. It was weird. It was like a Tin-Man robot soldier look. It wasn't too terrible considering the rest of the year, but it was quite simple from back in the days of year 1. Now, Skeletal Titan bundle. This one gives you a little Callous Cabal look. But, it's sounding like a broken record, you can't change the color of the glow. You are stuck with the yellow, regardless of what shader you put on it. So that honestly held this whole set back. The fact that you can't change the color of the glow. Now, last year's the Ken Flesh Titan, this gave you a Frankenstein look. I've used some of this on occasion. It's kind of hard to like just because it works too well, because it's 2 different armor sets. Things shader weird, but I have used that mark several times just because of that chain belt. Now, the best part of everything, the Technosaurus Titan bundle. Titans get the frickin' T-Rex, man. And this is the whole reason why I wanted this set. Because I wanted my Titan to look like a frickin' T-Rex, and nothing was going to stop me. And I'm buying that with Bright Dust, because I completely ran out of silver. I did the math pretty frickin' well on that by accident. And I want to open this up right now and see how it looks. Oop, I forgot to open the Warlock one, but we saw how that looked. I wasn't there for that. I'm here for this. I like carnivores for a reason. Let's equip all this step by step. Oh, there. It almost doesn't look too different from standard. It kind of shifts. Oh, it just kind of shifts around the color palette a little bit. But a T-Rex requires blood, so let's give it to him. See those gauntlets? Yes. The chest plate. I'm loving this. It's also a good combination of leather and armor. I'm loving this whole set. Like, it's going to be a struggle to find something to replace this stuff. Ah, there we go. My Titan is full T-Rex right now. Now, actually we're going to go Harbin Blood, but let me see. Is there 1 or 2 other shaders that I can make this work a little bit better? Let's try an old favorite. Where did you go? Gambit Steel. How's that working? Ooh. I am liking. It gives the visor such a good green, and the black really pops with this set. Plus, I get green glowing eyes. You know what? I'm gonna rock that for a little bit. I'm actually gonna. I'm rocking that. Although, let me test. Let's see. How's other festival shaders? Ooh, that's not much different, to be honest. But hang on. Let's see. Let's see. Dark fluorescence. Yeah, that doesn't show up nearly as much as I thought it would. Shadow strike. That's not shadow. That's bright blue. Well, aside from that, I know this recording ran long, but this one is special to me. That is everything new with Festival Lost for its accessories, its armors, its sparrows, the full deal. That if you want to look something a little bit different this season, I would recommend picking up Festival Lost just because it is always some of the best cosmetics. With that, my name is Matt Scorpion, and I will see you in the next video.